welcome folks. Let's get marching. So yeah, marching in place. If you want, you could always bump up the intensity by jogging. And yeah, we'll get warmed up for 5 minutes before getting into our squats. And yeah, you can choose to do any type of squat you want. Chair squat, body weight squat, weighted squat. And you could do anywhere from 2 up to 15 if you want. If it's your first time joining, I'd recommend erring on the side of less. And we're gonna end up doing 10 sets. So it's set every 2 minutes. Boom. All right, so yeah, let's roll our shoulders up and forward. Oh yeah, the video we're watching here is in Charlevoix, Quebec, in Grand Jardin, Big Garden National Park. Okay, good work. Let's roll our shoulders backwards now. And yeah, this is a hike I did in July this year. Found that whole area of Charlevoix, very beautiful, really nice mountains. Okay, good work, shake it out. Let's do some circles with our arms. Specific trail is called the Pee-wee Trail. Okay, good job. Let's do some circles with our arms backwards. Okay, good job. Shake it out. So next up, we're going to do a side bend. So we're going to place a hand on one side of our hip and then bend toward that side and bring the opposite arm over. Take your time with this one. Just go to where your natural range of motion allows. Okay, good job. We're gonna do one more stretch. And this is gonna be lifting one arm up at a time while stepping the same leg back. Okay, so it could be a small step, could be a bigger step. What we're trying to do is open up our hips, stretch them out. So our back, we're leaning back just a bit. Again, just going to where your natural range of motion allows. Good job. Let's bring it back to a march. We're going to jump into our first set of squats in about 10 seconds. So yeah, anywhere from 2 to 15, and go for it. Today I'm going to stick with 10. Nice, and once you're done your squats, back to marching. Another movement that you can do at any point if you want to mix it up is just do a 2-step. So step out to the side and then together. Could be big, could be small, totally up to you. So yeah, definitely felt like this trail was very beautiful. A little different than a lot of mountains where you're in the trees for most of it and you just get a nice view at the end. On this one, you do a big loop and you get nice panoramic views for a lot of the hike. Good job, keep it going. And yeah, feel free to sip water. Good to have water on hand. All right, let's get into our second set of squats. Nice, good work. Yeah, there was actually blueberries all over the side of the trails. It's kind of nice to be able to gather a handful. Good job, keep it going. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into our third set. Nice. Bring it back to a march once you're done. A little lake along the way. yeah, if anyone's been to the Charlevoix area, you'll have to let me know in the chat or after the group. My first time exploring that area. Definitely would recommend it. Okay, let's go into our sets of squats. And good work. Yeah, so a while back I listened to a podcast and someone talked about, doing sets of squats as being very effective for lowering your blood sugar and doing them about every hour. It wasn't until a couple weeks ago that I actually looked up the research on that. And so I think it was either 2 or 3 studies that compared brisk bouts of walking compared to squats, and then also compared to like a 30-minute walk. And what they found was that the squats, doing anywhere from 10 to 15 squats every hour for 8 hours, was more effective at bringing down your blood sugar than a 30-minute walk. Not to say you shouldn't do the walk, but yeah, if you're wanting to include that into your routine, I'm looking at the time to do 10 squats. It's taking about 20 seconds, which is not that long. So, even if it takes you 30 to 40 seconds, you do that every hour. You're gonna get a lot of benefits out of that. You're also gonna feel a little bit sharper, a little bit more focused if you're doing work throughout the day and seated. Okay, let's jump in to our squats again. And good work. So I tried my best as I was editing this video to take out the shots that had tons of people in it, but it was a very busy trail and we did it in the middle of the day. But I'm surprised there's lots of walking where there's no people. There is one main lookout at the end that we'll see. But yeah, there's just people all around. Which is not bad. Everyone's friendly. Everyone's happy, having a good time. We're about halfway through our walk here. Yeah, they say that this region was created by a meteor. I don't know how many millions of years ago. Okay, squats again. Good job. So yeah, they're pretty good on the trails with like making sure you stay on the trail and not disturb the plants and wildlife. Hmm. Good work, folks. Keep it going. Going to set 7, I believe. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. I think I was trying to zoom into this tiny white top of a mountain is very white. So we were asking some people what they thought it was, and you can't really see it in this video, but it's some type of mine. I don't even think I knew what the element was. They were giving me the French name. Okay, I was able to zoom in a little bit. So it kind of looks like snow in the video. But when I was there, it felt kind of like it had a bit more of a yellow tint to it. Yeah, I think we'll try the Wednesdays for a while. I'll try the noon time for a little bit, see how that works for people, and then maybe there'll be a better time. All right, let's get into our squats again. Set number 8. Good job. Okay, good work. We have 2 sets left, and then we'll finish off with a couple stretches. Okay, second last set of squats. Let's do it. We camped both nights in this area in called SAPAC. I forget the whole acronym, but it's basically the Quebec National Parks, and yeah, they do a great job. That was my first year ever going to a SAPAC, but no, I think they do a great job of managing the land. Okay, last set here. And I also went to Tremblant National Park last weekend. And same thing, yeah, they do a great job. The campsites are really nice. Good work. I did lose track on that last one. I might have did a few extra. That's okay. Good work. So we'll just march it out for another minute and a half, and then we'll do a couple stretches. Okay, so let's do our hip flexors. So to do this, we just show from the side. We step one leg back and put one leg forward. We're looking to stretch out the hip of the back leg. We are getting to the top of the mountain here. Now we'll hold this for about 30 seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and switch. Okay, so let's repeat that stretch. Unless you can safely do a quadricep stretch. So this is where we grab our foot and pick it up. But if this one's not accessible for you, you can repeat the hip flexor stretch. It's not a bad thing to stretch the hips a little bit more. Let's switch sides on this one. So yeah, there was a few sets of pretty high stairs to finish. Okay, good job. So let's do our hip flexors. So you could do that just by having one leg straight, putting it forward, and then simply hinging at the hip. Or if you have like a chair and you feel comfortable putting the foot on the chair, you could do that, but we're not trying to bend the back, we're just hinging at the hip. Okay, good work. Let's switch sides. Pointing your toe back at yourself as well. Okay, good job. So let's do one arm across the body and grab above the elbow with the other arm. Stretch out our upper back. Okay, switch sides. Hey, good work. Yes, we come to our last minute. We can just march it out for last 60 seconds here. Oh yeah, I think the last view in this video is where this meteor would have landed, creating this big valley. So not quite on that side. I think there's one more clip going up. I might be wrong though. Yeah, more on this side and just to the right. That's where the meteor landed. Yeah, it was pretty windy. Yeah, I was glad that I brought a sweatshirt. Even though it was July, in this area, it was, in Ottawa, where I live, it was probably 30 degrees, and here it was about 20. I Yeah, thanks so much for joining today, folks. Yeah, here's the last clip. Appreciate you joining and hope to see you next Wednesday.